If you're totally confused on what contracts you need or just what legally you need in order to get your business out there and getting clients and feeling protected, I'm going to share with you my experience with that. So stay tuned. Hey Impact Maker, this is Camila Gornia. Welcome back to Heart Behind Hustle TV, where we help impact-driven entrepreneurs like you to grow and scale their businesses online through aligned marketing strategies that turn their brands into what? Into movements, of course. And as you want to get out there and grow your business, you're probably thinking about how to protect yourself. Make sure that you do not take anything I say as legal advice. I am not an attorney. I am not a lawyer, and I do recommend that you actually talk to an attorney first and foremost. But I did want to share with you my experience just so you know, and especially if you were a coach and looking to actually work with clients, you probably want to make sure that you are getting some of your ducks in order. So I'm not going to talk about LLCs, S-Corps. Honestly, this is like not my expertise. I'm not even going to try. Definitely talk to an attorney. And it is a good idea that you probably get at least an LLC so you can protect yourself and, you know, kind of go from there. But from my understanding, you can be a sole proprietor for a while. I know I was in the beginning for the first year, I was just a sole proprietor and it was fine. But anyways, what I do want to talk about is the contracts you need in order to work with clients. Now, there's a couple things that you need as it relates to your website and the client stuff. Now, on your website, my understanding is that the most important thing that you need to have on there is, I do recommend that you have privacy policy on there and a terms and conditions. So the terms and conditions, you know, obviously would want to have a lot of things on like your refund policy, cancellation policy, the fact that you grow your list through your website, things like that, and terms of use. So, you know, we use cookies, all that kind of jazz. And there are amazing templates that you can use. So you don't necessarily have to hire an attorney and pay them like several $1,000s to write each thing for you that's customized. I will share with you a great resource that I have personally used in my business that supported me and saved me tons of money. And I think it's a really great investment for you as well to make sure you're protected. The second thing that's really important is that you do have contracts when working with clients. I can't tell you how many newer entrepreneurs come to me and then something happened with their client that they signed on, and now that client is asking for a refund or a cancellation. And they have no choice but to give it to them because they don't have contracts in place. So the main thing that you want to have is a client contract, a client agreement. I have one specifically for each of my programs. So I have one for my group coaching program, for different levels that I have, for my private coaching, consulting, Facebook ad services, whatever. I have a specific contract that each client has to sign before we get to work together. So the process that I actually personally do is I take the money first, then I send them the contract, they read through the contract, they sign the contract, and I'll show you with you how they can sign the contract. The next video is going to talk about that. Then we're off to the races, and then we book our calls, we do our thing, and everyone's on the same page. Now, if for some reason the client gives me the money for the first month, they read the contract, something's not okay, they might tell me what they need to change, and if I'm okay with it, I might change it. If I'm not okay with it, no harm, no foul, the money is refunded and we don't work together. There's really nothing complicated about that. So that's always the process I use though. Always make sure that you collect the money first, because a sale isn't a sale unless the money is in the bank. Like unless somebody gives you their credit card and actually processes that payment and signs up, they're not really a client. They can change their mind at any point, and you can't really count that as a sale. So you want to take that first. Great, wonderful. Here's your onboarding stuff. Now, like the welcome email, whatever, sign the contract, and then we're off to the races. Everyone's on the same page. Really, really important. Now, there are a couple things that you want to make sure you include in your contracts, like, what is your refund policy or cancellation policy? What exactly is included? What is expected of you? What is expected of the client? What does the payment look like? What are they responsible for? A lot of the different things that your attorney will likely ask you about. And of course, if you need a template, then I'll tell you about what you can use to make it way easier for you. And when you're ready to start hiring people, obviously there is different contracts for that. We're not talking about that right now. And for anything that's a lower ticket item that doesn't require your time or energy or anything like that, maybe you've created an ebook, or maybe you've created a self-study course or something like that. Typically I would say that all you really need is really, really solid terms and conditions that people need to check and agree to when they're purchasing. So you're not going to want to send an actual agreement to sign for everybody that buys like a $47 thing or a $97 thing or even a $200 thing is just too much effort. Like it's too much, right? And if you go on any other website, like even buying Apple products or any other courses that you might be buying, you don't really have to sign anything by hand or, you know, even in a signing document. You just have to make sure you agree to the terms and conditions. Hopefully you've read them and go from there. And that usually protects you sufficiently based on that. So you just want to protect yourself. You want to make sure that, you know, how you handle refunds, especially cancellations, what, you know, making sure everybody's on the same page and you're just protecting yourself as a business owner. I think it's really, really important that you do that. And I highly encourage you to do that, especially as you're getting out there and working with clients, especially as you're working and doing your services for clients, because you just don't want to be stuck in a place where you did all this work and then the client's asking for a refund and you have no choice but to give it to them because you didn't set any specific agreements and have anything like that in place to protect yourself. So really, really, really important. And if you need help on this, talk to an attorney. Don't talk to me because I'm not an attorney and I can't really give you specific advice because that's not my field. But the thing that helped me the most in getting all my contracts in place, getting all the other contracts that I want to talk about right now, and understanding if I need to be an LLC or an S Corp or like basically all the legal stuff, I could have hired an attorney and paid probably a couple $1,000s to like consult with them, plus additional several $100s per contract, per, you know, thing to make it customizable and specific to me. I could have paid all that, but instead I actually signed up for a Small Business Bodyguard, which is this like epic pack of everything you need to know in order to grow your business and protect yourself as a business owner. This is like the stuff that I think everybody needs to have. I remember I purchased this when I first started my business. It was hugely helpful for me. And I actually felt like I was able to get out there in a more confident way because I knew I was protected. And I think that's just so, so important for any business owner, for any coach, expert. You just want to actually act like a CEO that you are, even if you're not getting a lot of clients right now. So I do have a link specifically below so you can check that out. And I do encourage you to check it out and sign up because honestly, there's nothing out there like this. It covers literally anything that you might need around the legal stuff for your business. And you can show up and feel confident and badass that you have a real business because that's what we all want, right? So hopefully this video is helpful. If you want more, make sure that you subscribe to my channel. And by the way, this is a part of the Set Up Your Expert Business Starter Kit. This is where I literally share with you all the things you need to know on how to set up your business, all the systems, all the tech, all the things you need to know as a coach or expert or healer getting online. And it's totally free. Amazing, right? I'm super excited about it. It's like epic and just has a lot of amazing stuff. So I do have a link below so you can check that out, or you can just go to heartbehindhustle.com/starter kit. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for hopping on. Hopefully you have an amazing rest of your day.